What's up, Takeover families? Yesterday, when I sent out the information about the Takeover Basketball Academy, I knew that the one pager wasn't going to be able to encompass and capture everything that we were talking about because it's such a big plan. And I got some calls, got some feedback, and I want to first thanks for those that went ahead and registered, and also thank those who called and had some questions because it really helped to clarify what was out there. So I wanted to make this quick video to really answer some questions, to let you guys know what we're thinking, and then to kind of hopefully clarify some things for you. So the first thing that we really couldn't capture in the whole thing is the vision of why we started this academy. Over the last couple of years, I've seen the basketball season become an all-year-round season. I'm a big proponent of having an off season. I'm a big proponent of kids playing other sports, all those things, kids resting, all of that. But when I looked up and realized that, people were scrambling to get on teams in September and people were practicing 3-4 times a week in October and getting into tournaments and, black team, orange team, all this kind of stuff, it really kind of pushed us back to say, hey, let's take a look at this again. So what we're looking to do is we're truly trying to create an off-season experience for our players. And what that experience entails is a chance for us to really kind of get down to the basics. And what we're looking at is how can we create an experience where our kids can, one, get a chance to balance the rest that they need to get in the off season, the conditioning they're going to need for the new season, increasing their skill set through skill development, and then also having some competition. We know that's important all the way through. So that's why we came up with the structure of the academy. I think we kind of explained it pretty well in terms of what the sessions would be like. And what I want you to understand in terms of the vision is that we believe that this is the best way for our players to really improve and pick up their skill level moving into the next season. But it also helps us with our coaches. A lot of times we have coaches that are new to the organization or they've gotten a little bit of the vibe, but we really are going to spend a lot of time with our academy also training up our coaches because our coaches will be running the academy and really focusing on a lot of the fundamental things that we do as an organization so that there'll be a little bit more consistency amongst the teams all the way from 2nd grade through 6th grade. The other piece of that is the parents, though. I strongly believe that the more we educate our parents to be able to go through this process, and we always tell you guys to trust the process, but we don't always lay out the process. So we want to spend time during the academy where we're going to do a lot of parent sessions where while the kids are working in the gym, we're going to have high school coaches come in. We're going to have nutritionists come in. We're going to have a bunch of different people that we think can give a perspective to help parents understand and navigate this process. So that's an important part of it, too, for us as well. So the biggest thing for us is that, again, looking at the landscape of where this youth basketball thing was, we realized that it just didn't seem like it was getting better. It didn't seem like it was setting the kids up to be better. And we just at Takeover, we believe in doing things differently. We're not going to follow the lead, so we're looking to set a new trend. And this is the first year of it, so there's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some things that we may not accomplish that we have written down as things that we want to, but I can guarantee that it'll be better next year, and we're gonna get off to a really good start this year as well. I did want to clear up some frequently asked questions. One of them is that the first thing is that this is not mandatory. I know in the flyer it kind of came out as, we want you to participate. The slots are going to be filled up from the team. The idea of that is that we believe that the academy is going to be so productive that we will be able to take our players and help them through this off season to get them ready to play basketball for us in January. And so we would definitely like for everyone that's a part of the program or anyone that wants to be a part of the program to be a part of it. That's why we're inviting our returning parents back first before we open it up to anybody else to get an idea of what we have going into next season. With that being said, though, if this is an off-season plan, so if your off-season plan was to rest, if your off-season plan was to play another sport, if your off-season plan was to do private training, if your off-season plan was to leave, take over, and go do another organization, whatever your plan is, we can work with that. My biggest thing is make sure you have a plan. If you have a plan, then as this thing rolls through, you can look back and evaluate that plan. I can say that without a doubt that I know there'll be some of our players that don't come to the academy, whether it's through playing other sports or doing other things, that will still have a good shot, being on one of our teams come when the academy's over. But again, there will be new people coming into the academy, new spots, to compete for the spots in our program. As you know, we're a selective program. We're a highly competitive program. And so there will be people coming from the outside to possibly become part of our program. And so them taking advantage of the academy is going to give them a big heads up, a big step up, because one of the biggest things that we found with people coming into our organizations that they have to learn the culture, learn what we do, and that academy really is going to help them build that, in the preseason time. So we do feel like it's going to be valuable, but in no way is it mandatory. In no way is anybody going to say, hey, you've been with us for a couple of years, but you didn't come to the academy, or or you're good enough to play, but you didn't come to the academy, so you're not going to be a part of it. That's not what it is. Also, when you look at the academy, if you can't do all of the academy, that's fine. I have already talked to our parents, like, we're going to be at every Sunday, and they're going to be, because they're playing other sports, so they're going to be at every Sunday throughout the 3 months. That's the exposure they're going to get. He even said he's going to try to come to some of the parent sessions if he could. So again, it's going to be, up to you as to what you want to do. We're putting it out there as the full table being set. You can pick and choose as much or as little as you want to in terms of that. When that comes to the cost, because the other question I was, if I don't participate in the whole academy, do I have to pay the full price? Understand that when we did this academy, we did the budget, if you will. When we did the math on this with the number of hours that we're putting out here for the students, if you came to everything in the academy, it would cost you about $7 an hour for some high-level basketball training for the off season. For those of you that have been dealing with trainers before, you know that that's way underpriced. Which means that if you only came to half of the stuff, you're paying $14 an hour for these 3 months of basketball. Again, most trainers start at $25 an hour, $20 to $50 an hour, depending on who you go to. So again, we still see it as a great value. If you're not able to do all of it, there's still great value in that price point. But that price point also helps us to do a lot of things for the organization moving forward that we'll talk about more as the academy starts, but as we look into the spring season, So I think in terms of cost, I think we're doing all right. In terms of location, there was a question about location. We are looking at a lot of different schools in the DMV, IAC, the MAC, public schools, WCAC, and the hope is to be able to get you guys out into a variety of different gyms. So in terms of travel, you're not always stuck to driving a far away. Sometimes it might be in your backyard. Sometimes it might be a little bit further. But we do want to give you guys a feel for a lot of the programs that we work with. And then also with the dates. The dates will vary, but we want to give you a schedule. We'll give you a schedule by September for all your dates in November, October, November for your grade level. So you'll have that schedule, so you'll know where you need to be, and again, be able to decide if you're going to be able to make it or not. So again, I did want to kind of add this. I didn't want it to be too long, but I did want to clear up some things that hopefully will be helpful. Again, if you have any questions, I've done a conference call already for an entire team. I've also talked to individuals. So if you have questions, however it works for you, please feel free to reach out. Let's get the questions answered. As you saw in there, you do have until the end of the month as a returning parent to make a decision before we open it up to some of the other players that have asked to be a part of it and are also looking to come over to the organization. So let's get the questions answered. Let's get everything available. Let everybody know what's going on, and we'll just move from there. Like I said, we had a great year. We're looking forward to having a great one next year, and I think the academy is going to jumpstart us off to doing just that. So thank you so much.